TB, I'm just waiting for them to like send me another hoodie or whatever the case may be. But honestly, I'm kind of like over the reviews now because somehow, some way, one of my videos got taken down for counterfeit. And it's like, bro, you taking down my video for counterfeit, but yet there's e-girls on this site that's fucking topless or showing cleavage like all up here, like, and drinking bath water and whatnot. But yet somehow, some way, me showing off a fake pair of Jordans is somehow like hurtful to the community guidelines. It's like, yeah, make it make sense. So I had to take down all my videos and whatnot. So yeah, so like I'll just stick to like reviewing like TV stuff and all that stuff. I'm not just gonna do. I think I'm done with shoe reviews because like I think I'm done with shoes. I mean, I have so much shoes in my closet. Y'all see it back here. Y'all see my whole entire closet back there. I got shoes on top of shoes for days. All I'm trying to get right now is a real authentic pair of the Solar Red Yeezy 2s, and then I'm done. I already have an authentic pair of the Red Octobers. I have the Pure Platinums, which I just got for the con. And then I'm trying to get the Solar Reds, which is extremely hard to find, and then I'm done. Alright y'all, so I was very adamant about not making this video, and I wasn't really gonna say anything at all to begin with. But the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I really needed to set the record straight and come out on my channel and keep it real with y'all. Because if there's one thing about GwoppyTrai that you guys have probably accumulated over the years, is that no matter the situation and no matter how screwed up or how like minuscule the situation may be on the channel or just in other situations, I always try to keep it 100 with you guys and try to give you guys my honest opinion regardless of how right or how wrong the situation is. So as you all know, in the past I have done a lot of shoe reviews for you guys here on the channel, and I put you guys on game with how to get drip for a very low cost. Now, it has also occurred to me that in the past couple years, YouTube has completely been prioritizing which channels should be banned and which channels should get affected and struck down based on what is actually going on in the community. And for whatever which reason, counterfeits and, you know, UA shoes have popped up on the radar, and they made it their personal mission to take out channels and take out videos based on that type of content. I also want to throw this in by saying I don't know what the fuck YouTube's problem is these days with their double standards, but it's getting completely utterly ridiculous. Because like for like the past 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago, when they introduced the whole family friendly thing, when a certain YouTuber that I'm not even gonna get into that ruined it for everybody, I'm not gonna name any names or shift blame to anybody in particular, but if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. But ever since then, smaller channels like my channel and other channels in general that is smaller than the 100K mark or much less the 500K mark has been getting completely punished left and right for being either A, too creative, or B, finding new ways to become an actual YouTuber and build a core following. Now the main reason why I'm making this video to begin with was because about 6 months ago, back in the middle of December, I actually got an email from YouTube saying that they removed one of my videos from YouTube, which was the Travis Scott's Jordan 6 video that I made that I got off DHgate, showing the shoe that I got and what I got for $130. Now, it was supposed to originally be an educational video, but for whatever which reason, YouTube in their eyes thinks that I'm actually promoting counterfeit content. Now, I don't know who in their right mind would actually sit there and think that I'm actually promoting this stuff, because number one, DHgate has been around for decades now. If you don't know about DHgate, you obviously haven't been on the deep web like I have. And mind you, at the time, that was one of my most viewed videos on my channel at the time, throughout that whole entire year. And be that as it may, that it was only around like what, 6,000 views in total by the time it got took down. I don't care what anybody say, 6,000 views, that's a lot of views for a channel. That is a lot of traction for a channel, especially in the 2020s when your channel was as small as mine and is still getting it off the ground. Now in truth, I was really more confused rather than anything, because I literally thought that my channel was going to be taken out during all this, so I did the only natural thing. I privated and unlisted pretty much all my reviews and also edited the descriptions and the pinned comments of these videos in case they come after me, and this was a real shocker that I wasn't going to bring up, but when I actually went back to the video that they removed, they said the video was removed because of a legal complaint.
I beg your pardon?
So So that meant that someone actually legit was behind a computer screen deliberately looking at my channel to see which video that they can actually take out on my channel. Not only that, but they downright snitched on me, just like Tekashi69 and Rando from Recess. And I'm only thinking to myself, wow, bro, like they really took out my goddamn video and possibly could have taken out my damn channel because somebody wanted to be Candace from Phineas and Ferb and wanted to take me out just because. So after I privated and unlisted pretty much all of my videos, I pretty much like not really did like, you know, reviews or anything along those lines, or if I did, I just pretty much didn't link them in the description. I didn't care what the sponsors say. But regardless of the situation, I basically stopped doing reviews and started to focus on my channel because I was not about to lose all my 13 or so years of work on my channel because YouTube wants to be in deep pockets with Nike, Adidas, and everybody else that can't sell shoes properly. And now I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna say, but Gwoppy, like YouTube is actually partnered and sponsored with Nike, Adidas, and all those other companies that you mentioned. They run ads on YouTube all the time. Like they have a deal and they have to advertise their products on YouTube, and they probably aren't cool with counterfeits at all. Well, be that as it may, doesn't really matter if Nike and Adidas can't really sell me the products that they're actually advertising for on YouTube.com. Because true story, honest to God, when the Travis Scott and Fragment Air Jordan 1 highs came out, right, I legit wanted to get a pair. And you want to know why I couldn't get a real pair? Because motherfuckers had bots on all of the Nike sites and the Travis Scott website. So literally, they literally offsetted my chance of getting the Travis Scott Fragment Air Jordan 1 highs like 10,000 to 1. The odds of getting a real pair off of those sites against all those bots that I was competing with was literally, the odds were literally in the millions, the billions even. But meanwhile, they had advertisements for Travis Scott and his shoes all over YouTube.com back in the day, and they literally, and nobody could literally get the shoes. All the resellers bought them up. Nobody could get the shoes at all. And it got so bad, honest to God, no bullshit, that Nike had to implement some type of anti-bot software that should have been on the website to begin with, so people can't buy up shoes in bulk anymore. And I'm just gonna keep it a stack here. Counterfeits and counterfeit content has really been a thing since the age of the internet. And it's not like the 2000s anymore where you blatantly know something is counterfeit or something is from China or not even from Nike itself, because technology and much less factories these days have gotten so good at replicating things that come from China, because everything comes from China if you didn't know. And literally some of the factories that I speak to is literally within walking distance from a Nike factory that sells quote unquote real shoes. So if you think about it, what is really the counterfeit stuff and what is really the real stuff? But times have changed here on YouTube, and what I mean by that is it's not really more or less like the real versus fake videos, like, oh, like you look up a video to see if your Space Jam 11s that you bought in 2016 is real or fake or not. But really, the fakes really look better than what the real does, because Nike doesn't have quality control over at their factories anymore, and they blatantly don't care because they know good and well that people of my skin complexion is gonna buy a $220 pair of Jordans regardless of if the pair is one of one, like down to a T perfect or not. But really, this type of content has evolved now as to whereas people is actually recommending that you buy the UA stuff or the quote-unquote fake stuff, because number one, Nike just doesn't care anymore, or these corpos don't really care anymore about serving a fire product or a perfect product anymore. And number two, resellers have completely ruined sneakers and completely ruined fashion anyways, because their whole purpose of their business, quote-unquote, is to just buy up all the Nike Travis Scotts that they can and then flip them for 5 times the price. And I don't know if Nike or YouTube understands this or not, but reselling is pretty much the whole entire reason why people is going to make counterfeits anyways, much less buy it to begin with. And what they fail to also understand is that when resellers come into the equation in any type of situation, they also create what's called a bubble effect. And if you don't know what a bubble effect is, basically the bubble, which is in this case the price of the item. Say if I want a pair of Nike Air Force Ones, if they all of a sudden buy up all the Air Force Ones and then they flip them or sell them and jack up the price to $500 per pair. That creates a bubble, an artificial market. And an artificial market is basically what's the highest bidding like place or marketplace that people will at most pay for a product. And if that bubble continues to rise, it's gonna burst eventually. And in 2020, this was absolutely getting complete and utterly out of control, because since people didn't work and they were spending their whole stimulus checks on PlayStation 5s and Nike shoes and Air Jordans, like pretty much what they would do was that they would buy the Jordans, they would get boxed by the Jordans off like 5 different sites, hit on all 5 sites with their stimulus checks, and then sell each individual Jordan for 5 times the price on eBay or on StockX. And guess what? People would actually buy it. And they would buy it not because they like the product, not because they like the shoe in question, not because they want to wear it and they actually want to flex on Instagram for 5-10 minutes on their Instagram or Snapchat stories. No, it was to resell it for more than what they paid for so they can make even more of a profit. But meanwhile, Nike isn't seeing a single fucking dime of it. And they wonder why they're failing as a fucking company. And they wonder why people are out here buying replicas to begin with. Because Nike and Adidas and all these other brands that is so in love with nickeling and diming the customer, right? They can't sell them a product so they can get money. Like, sell me the product so I can give you my money. It's not that fucking difficult. Dude, honest to God, right hand on the Bible, a 10-year-old can figure this out, right? I've seen kids, no bullshit, in my white suburban neighborhood have lemonade stands better than this. And what completely astonishes me the most, right, is that they will go to these lengths to take out smaller YouTubers' content, like mine's, like others, and just outright terminate channels, because C-Daz, like, originally got terminated because he had too many Panda Buy videos, and they were literally taking out his videos not only, but took out his entire channel with over 200,000 subscribers on it because he was quote-unquote promoting counterfeit content. But meanwhile, you got whole child on this platform, you got whole on this platform that's still running around and their channels is still up. I'm not gonna name any names, not anybody as of recent or as of any lately, as of also recently as well, that happen to be in some type of famous group that starts with a V and ends in a NOS. But I'm not gonna name any names right now. They know exactly who they are. Their channels is still up, and there's ultimately a lot of other channels that I can't name for certain right now because I do not want to get in trouble. They are still up and running, but meanwhile I'm getting punished. My videos are getting demonetized for simply saying the F word too many times in the first 30 seconds of a video, or because the video game that I'm playing has way too many F-bombs in it. But meanwhile, other channels can get a free pass, like SSS Sniper Wolf, that she's completely being a thought on the damn channel, showing cleavage and all this other stuff on YouTube.com for horny little teenagers, right? Oh, think of the children, Oh, but they really draw the line when other YouTubers showcase a $150 pair of Air Jordans that's not made by Nike but looks exactly the same as the real deal. Like, this is how bad YouTube has gotten over the course of the past 6, 7, 8 years. This is how much double standards YouTube has in 2024 with YouTube channels and what you can and cannot do. And at the end of the day, it really sucks, because if you're like me, or if you're a YouTuber trying to get your YouTube channel off the ground, this is pretty much like one of the only handful of things that you're naturally good at. So of course it's gonna piss you off. Of course you're gonna feel some type of way about it when you're getting punished for something that is not that really big of a deal. So long story short, I ended up also not only editing a few of my videos, right, but I also privated my most popular video, one of my most popular videos on my channel that almost has 30,000 views that I'm staring at right now, because YouTube wants to play this hardball game and not tell people what they're getting in trouble for. But meanwhile, I can talk to you and then they want to run around preaching about mental health and all this other bullshit. Oh, I can talk to you about mental health when YouTube starts flagging your videos for your GTA 4 commentary comedy videos because they flagged it for no apparent reason, and they won't tell you what they flagged it for. Oh, you want to actually find out what you got flagged for in your video? Well, we're not going to tell you, and even if we wanted to tell you, we don't know our damn self. So what does this mean going forward regarding my YouTube channel? Now, I do still plan on making shoe reviews because even though I sold a lot of my shoes that I really don't need anymore, because I'm going to be real with you, it was getting ridiculous. My closet was literally flooding with shoes. I got rid of so many shoes, or I gave my shoes to so many amount of friends and family members that happen to be a size 11, just like how I am. I'd still decide that, you know what, there's still a few releases that I'm still waiting on to still get released, so I'm still going to do shoe reviews here and there. It's not gonna be like every week or every other week. It's gonna be like at most like 2 or 3 shoes, probably a month. I'm gonna be real, because my closet is still full of stuff that I still want to keep, and I got rid of most of everything that I don't really need anymore. But I still want to actually give my opinions on like the other shoes that's gonna come out later this year and in early next year in 2025, because a lot of people actually ask, am I gonna bring shoe reviews back? And on one hand I don't, but on the other hand, if I do, there's gonna be a lot of changes, and one of the changes is gonna be where whether or not if I can actually tell where I got it from. But I can figure that out as soon as I figure it out, but I already got a plan. I'm like Dutch Vanderland. I got a plan for everything. But moving forward, I still will be doing shoe reviews, but it's going to be extremely quick. It's going to not really going to be like really in depth or anything like that. I'm not really going to say where I got it from, and really they can't punish me for that either. If I can't tell it where I got it from, they can't tell if it's real or fake or not. But regardless of the situation, that's all I really wanted to say on this YouTube video right here and now, because it really infuriated me back in the day that my channel got punished, but other channels that is doing way worse than a simple fake pair of Jordans will ever do. But anyways, that's really all I wanted to say. I wanted to keep it real with you guys, as I always do. But let me know how you guys feel about this whole fucked up situation. And also, let me know if there's any specific shoes that I want to get my hands on. There was a couple shoes that I could have gotten for retail, but I ended up selling them anyways because, you know, money's tight. No thanks to certain people that's in our political office. I'm not going to say any names either, because I don't want to get in trouble and start a political war in my comment section. But anyways, this is your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new. I'll be posting a lot more frequently now that I got a lot more free time, and I'm signing out, bruh. Peace.